Hello YouTube and welcome back. It's been quite a while since I've uploaded. It's due to my slight laziness, whatever, please excuse that. But today we are going to review my own car and introduce it to the channel. This is my 2014 Chevrolet Corvette Stingray with the Z51 Performance Package.
It's not a game, it's a rich thing.
All right, so real quick, just a little background on the car. It was a one-owner car when I bought it with 16,000 miles, original miles. I bought it in February of this year, so I've had it for now, 7 months, and it's been a pleasurable 7 months with this car. It exceeded my expectations in all manners. No, obviously it's not the best car on earth, but it is a lot of fun for the amount of money that you pay to get into one of these. And it's worth every penny of that matter. And I'm not one of those people that would say, my Corvette's the best Corvette. The Corvette's the best car you can buy. No, it is not. But for the amount of money you pay for one, it's very, very arguable that this is the best car, performance car, that you can buy for under $40,000 in the used market. Right now with coronavirus being higher, yeah, they do cost a little bit more. Mid 40s is what you can get into a nice example for. Nice low mileage example. Have I had any problems with it? No, not a single one, other than having to replace tires. As expected, they were 5-year-old tires, and 2 oil changes over the 7 months. Other than that, it has been very good to me. As you can see, the car is wrapped in digital camouflage. So ever since I was a little kid, about probably 10, 12 years old, I'm like, I have to do this to one of my cars. And I live the dream. I like it. Some of you may not. It's growing old though, and I kind of want to go back to the original color, which is torch red, as you can see here. Trim level, it is a 1LT Z51, so it doesn't have all of the fancy interior nannies that the 2LT and 3LT have. But I valued the performance package over the interior. Let's see, let's pop the hood here. We have Chevrolet's 6.2 liter naturally aspirated LT1 engine with an output of 465 horsepower with the Z51 package, 460 for the base model. It's torquey. No matter where you are in the RPM range, you have torque. That's what I like about this engine. It's been bulletproof so far. I mean, yeah, the car only has 21,000 miles on it, but as of so far, it's been great. And mine is mated to the 7-speed manual transmission with active rev matching. Get in the car. It reminds you multiple times that you're in a Corvette. Usually it has it on the screen there too. Strange, but oh, there it is. Yep. It reminds you what you are in. So one of the big things that I do like are the multiple drive modes on this car. You have 5, I'm sorry. So you have weather. In weather mode, this is what your screen looks like. You can scroll through performance, everything, audio, settings, all this good stuff. There's a bunch of stuff in there. Let's see, let's turn that down. Okay. But you have eco mode, which is a really cool thing about this car. It can shut down 4 cylinders of the engine on the highway or even in the city, whatever, in certain instances, and get 28 miles per gallon on the highway. For a 6.2 liter V8, that is actually, it's awesome. So for long road trips, it's great, but I never use it unless I'm on the highway for a long period of time. Touring mode, sport mode, and this is where your screen changes. In my favorite, display and drive mode, track. So through each mode, your steering stiffness changes, and the limited slip differential settings change, which is really awesome. In track mode, it lets you get sideways just a little bit, just enough to have some fun, and it cuts you off right at that limit, and that's it. So however high you go up in the settings is how it affects the amount of yaw, is what they call it, that you can get. Through here you can change a whole bunch of things. See your trip A, trip B, all these things, your oil life. And if you go to performance, this is my favorite, you can see all of your temperatures. You have your G-force meter, your 0 to 60 timers, lap timers, oil temperature, oil pressure, everything. It's great. Shift light along the top there as well. A great interior feature as well is you do have a storage compartment behind the screen as well. Comfortable in here. It's not too small. I'm 6'1" with shoes on, so I'm about 6 foot tall, and I have plenty of headroom, as you can see. More than enough. If I even stretch, my head barely touches. So, and my seat isn't all the way down. Plenty of room for sure. All the controls are very simple. In 2014, they did not have Apple CarPlay. Not until 2016 you could get that. Storage space is also great. Practicality, it does everything well. As far as being a comfortable car, sometimes you forget what you're in until you downshift a gear and mash the throttle. It rides comfortable even on bumpy roads. It's not jarring or anything like that. You can definitely go grocery shopping. I've done it multiple times. I mean, maybe if you have a big family, you couldn't, but I definitely can. For, you know, just me, it's more than enough room to get the food I need. Let's see, what else do I want to cover? Something that passengers like whenever they get in here, one of the first comments they always make is, "What's this?" They can change their own temperature over there. It's quirky. It's not quirky, but it's a little gimmick, but they love it. Everything is directed toward the driver, which is great. On the steering wheel, you have your cruise control. You can skip your songs down here, turn the volume up here, and scroll through all your menus. Use the voice thing, which I never use. Yeah, so that's really the interior rundown. Cup holders, they suck ass. Pardon my language, but they really do. The cup holders, they suck. The roof does come off. It is target top is what I believe they call it. And I usually ride with it off. It was a little chilly this morning, so I kept it on. All right, that basically wraps up the interior. Cool stuff. All right, well, let's go on a drive. See you there. C8 worth more money? Absolutely. It's worth the extra money. If money isn't the problem, buy the C8. There's, unless you're a manual person and you have to have a manual, this is potentially is the last manual Corvette that you can buy, the C7, this generation. If you have to have a manual, then yes, this is a great car. It should be what you should buy. If money's not an option and you're open to an 8-speed dual clutch, buy the C8 Corvette. It is worth the extra money. But for the person where they have a budget of $40,000, $45,000, $50,000 even for Z06 mid-50s, buy that. If money's the issue, yeah, this makes a lot of sense. But the C8 is a well-engineered car. From its design to the way it handles, the mechanical grip versus this car. I'm excited for the coming generations of it. And I'm excited to get one. There'll be a whole video on that as well. So that concludes the driving. That was fun. It always is, it's a pleasure to drive. It makes you smile. It really performs well for this amount of money. All right, guys, we'll wrap it up here. Like I said, the car has been great. Every penny spent was worth it, and I want to know your thoughts. $37,000, we'll say $40,000. Performance car, 2 or 4-door. What do you think is better? I need to know your thoughts and why in the comments. Well, that'll wrap up today's video, guys. I really appreciate you joining me again. Please let me know how the video turned out. Like, comment, subscribe if you so please. If you want to see more content on this car, this weather's starting to get cold, so I'm gonna have to, you know, just try and cram some content in before I have to put it away for the snow and drive my slow car. So much last night, but anyway, do me a favor, as always, guys, please dream big and never settle.